Hey guys, today I'd like to share what I think about when I'm playing Casual Medic in defense. I'll be doing another tutorial fairly soon which will be Casual Medic in offense. Hope you find something here that will help improve your medic game. I'd love to hear your tips and tricks, so please leave them in the comments. Okay, so we're playing Defensive Medic on Casual. Let's talk about some loadouts. I'll often use the Kritzkrieg. It builds faster than regular Uber, so hopefully we can pop it and take out their medic who's probably using regular Uber. You've got other defensive options as well, particularly with a second or even third medic when you're playing casual. So you can bring in the Vaccinator. Sometimes the Quick Fix is awesome for keeping your team alive, and I'll usually go one of those two, although Vaccinator is one of my least played, when I want to try and keep the team alive and the other medic has crits. So there I go, popping crits, did a lot of damage, and you'll notice I'm backing off, trying to keep myself alive. Really important, if there's a second medic, try and make that second medic the next focus of your attention. And then finally, of course, your team. There are times when that changes, but that's pretty good advice, I think. Let me know what you think. Okay, so you notice I'm watching my back a lot. I'm passing through people as they come up onto the hill, just to make sure that I'm not healing any spies or leaving my back open. Use the crossbow when you need to. Now I'm on the scout. Try to constantly heal, because all the time you're healing, you're building the Uber. I recommend equipping the crossbow. It heals your team, and the greater the distance you can land those shots, the more health they get. And it also injures the other team. It's used a lot in competition. It's a really good weapon. Now there was an example of a demo man who watched where I was headed. I was hurt, going for the medkit, he knew it. Bang. We're trying to hold this choke point, even though they've already capped. You'll see that I'm constantly healing the damage classes. I'm trying to get them to come back to me. I want to stay out of the line of the snipers, and they'll be firing directly over the top of cart. They shouldn't be out the back, but could be coming over the top. We could have damage classes coming over the hill as well. It's pretty important that you know your maps, so the more you play, of course, the better you get at understanding how the maps work and what spawns open up as people move through the game. So here we go. My med's in front of me, keeping an eye on him. I'll latch onto him every chance I get. Overheal the second med if you can. While I'm overhealing him, he can overheal the rest of the team. Got to keep the two meds alive. There it is. So Scout got my med, Scout's chasing me. I'm trying to keep the med alive, trying to keep him overhealed, and now we've got a power class. Again, I'm trying to stay out of line of sight. I'm not doing a very good job right there because I'm chasing the demo, but I'm constantly worried about the sniper who'll be firing across that cart. Alright, we've got crits. Have we? I thought we did. Okay, there's a very hurt soldier. Now, I could swap to crossbow and try and help him out, but by staying on him, I'm ensuring that he's getting a constant feed of health. The medic went into this building, so I'm just latching on the medic to give an overheal. Medics notice too that I'm low on health, because another medic can see your health when they're healing you. So this medic's automatically started healing me up, which is brilliant. Okay, again, returning the favour, focusing on keeping the medics alive, and while you're healing one medic, that second medic can be healing up the team. Then when you both got full health, you've got double the healing power. I'm taking a bit of a risk coming across the sniper sight line over the track, but I've got crits and I wanted to latch onto a power class. Pop the crits. Okay, one of the loadouts that I forgot to mention is I use my mic. I try and let the team know where, as I call them, the bad guys are. There's a spy, so I'm calling the spy right now. No, the spy came in here. Looking for him. It looks like my team's already got them. Okay, there's a big push coming in through the door. Sentry's up, but I don't have anyone around me, so I need to get back across. I need to find more of my teammates. The worst thing for a medic is to be caught on their own. So you've got to make sure that you always got a teammate between you and the enemy. Okay, so both of us are on fire. Notice I've latched onto the medic again. Demo took the health kit. Mightn't have needed it, but then the demo does a lot of damage to himself while he's doing damage to the other team. So it's fair enough if the demo needs to take the medkit, and the two medics can heal up each other and the rest of the team. Always watch your back and check out players coming up the hill. This spy looks strange. He seemed to veer sideways when he came towards me. Sure enough, Suspicious spy is suspicious. Okay, I've got crits. My demo is very hurt. I'm trying to build up his health before I pop crits, but I really needed it because they were pushing quickly. That's worked well. I'm still on the demo, building up his health because he does the maximum damage on my team. Riding it up the hill, a lot of people hurt, including the push that's coming over the top of cart. Now, I didn't realize that a medic vaccinating the pyro was up on top of the hill. They came out between me and my demo. I had no chance. So position is so important when you're a medic. As I said earlier, you have to make sure that you have your team members between you and the bad guys. Okay, I'm swapping constantly from one team member to another just to try to overheal everyone. Whoever's taking maximum damage, I try and stay on them as much as I can. I lost the demo that time. I probably should have been on him a little bit more than I was. Here's a soldier calling for medic. He's down a little bit on health. I'm going to top him up. Now we're pretty hurt. It gets pretty frantic too when you've got a lot of your teammates all calling for heals at the one time, and that's where the priority is important. Now we've got a regular Uber coming. You notice I backed off. I maybe could have stayed with my teammates, but I think I would have died as well. It's most important as medic that you stay alive, particularly as you can see I have full crits, so by trying to keep my soldier alive I would have lost that as well, and that's not going to help the team. Okay, so looking around, I'm needing somebody. There's nobody around. I don't really want to head out there on my own. I may end up facing them too quickly. There it is. A pyro's waiting for me. Coming back, he's chasing me down. And he got me. Okay, so I probably should have gone back a little bit further to spawn and waited, not moved ahead to try and find my teammates. Really unfortunate, I lost that Uber. Okay, coming through with a couple of teammates now. Big firepower and the second med, so we've got a chance of keeping a lot of people alive and a chance of helping with the push this time. How are we going? Yes, it's looking good. I'm on fire. There's a pyro behind us. I'm not sure how we got there. Maybe I should have been looking around a little bit more. My teammates couldn't help me that time. Now, I noticed one of our players jumped up into the locker room, so I'm looking around to see if I can give him any health, particularly if he's taking damage up in the locker room. Seemed okay, so I think everything was alright up there. Okay, let's try and keep people alive. Looking for my other medic. Where is he? I've got the scout. Let's come back down here. There's the med. Latch on a med. Overheal the med. I'm on 60 Uber. I call it Uber even though it's crits, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Crossbow bolt has saved the life very quickly of that soldier. And that's where it's important. Now here's a challenge. We've got a medic with vaccinator on a pyro. I'm trying to keep my team alive, but at the same time I'm trying to keep myself alive. Couldn't do anything about the other medic, and I'm on 98% Uber, so, you know, I really want to stay alive myself. I'm really sorry, med. You know I'll do everything I can to keep you alive. Alright, so I've got full crits. Decided not to use it just yet. The pyro's air blasted me, so that's awesome. I don't know why this heavy was taunting. That was not a good idea. And I lost the crits for it. Hey, it's casual, guys. You never know what's going to happen. You've got to go with the flow. Okay, so I'm back, healing up the heavy. Now we had both meds healing the one patient. It's not really going to help. In fact, it builds the medic Uber more slowly if both meds are healing the same person. Now we've got 3 meds, which is really unusual for casual. Unusual for most games. When the medics are doing relatively well and helping each other out, it encourages others to go those classes which they don't normally go because they know they're going to die a lot. And I think that's why we ended up with 3 meds, which is awesome. Now I'm not sure what they're running. Let me have a look. It's hard to tell. It might be a regular Uber on that one. And I've latched onto the heavy. Again, trying to avoid these sight lines. As a medic, you always have to make sure that you've got an exit. So I'm looking back towards my left. I can see the other meds there and they've latched onto the heavy. I popped crits, so it probably doesn't need both of us there, although if you look at the other medic, they're running Vaccinator. So that was a very clever move on that other med's part. The meds come through with Vaccinator, I'm running crits, and suddenly you have a very damage resistant critsing heavy. Nobody wants to find that. Okay, healing up the pyro, swapping around. Again, I'm on the medic. Keep the medic alive, keep him overhealed. moving up the hill with the Pyro, just letting him know he doesn't need to get that health. Okay, I'm not sure, Pyro's typing something. I didn't quite catch it, it might have been thanks or something like that. And again, we've got a medic with Uber, backing up, trying to save one, couldn't. I'm still alive and saved a second one. Okay, so we've saved 2 out of 3 that time. That Pyro was pretty determined. I bet he was disappointed too. He had the chance to get all 3 medics, but because we're working together, he only got 1. Again, with all this teamwork, it's probably important for me to mention that I use my microphone in-game, even though it's casual. I try and call out where people are. I call out where the problems might be. I try to reassure the team. I don't know if I'm meant to do that or not, but it seems to help develop more of a teamwork approach in casual. So you'll see me constantly talking to people, and I'll give you a bit of that directly from this stream at the end of this video. So make sure you keep watching and you'll hear a little bit of those comms. Alright, I've only just started building my Uber, so I've got a way to go. I'm keeping an eye out for injured players running back, and there's our demo. I don't know what to call that demo, heart? Something like that. Anyway, they're appreciating that I'm healing them up. Appreciating all our medics, I think. And you'll see I'm overhealing the medic again. Medic's overhealing me. There we go. And that's the medic that has the vaccinator resistance. Made a really nice push back out of our spawn as well. And the 3 medics have certainly helped. Remember at this point that I was telling the team to be careful not to overextend. Overextending means pushing further than you have to, taking too much damage, and losing a lot of the team members. See, there's an Uber. We've still got our 2 meds. How many can we keep alive? I swapped onto the heavy, but I'm mainly on the medic. Got to keep the med alive. Now we can come back, see if we can keep the rest of the team. We've lost the heavy. So that was a really good Uber push, and Spy was on me. I move around constantly. I know I should jump more, but what I tend to do is go left then right. I did notice that there was a Spy coming towards me. He looked very suspicious. He was a scout. And look at that. The meds, amazing job. I'm still alive thanks to them. Make sure that you thank your meds, guys. Now, the big problem with overextending is we lose too many players. When you're playing defensive, you're on Team Red. There's a Spy. He was pretty obvious. And when you're defensive, your respawn time is at least twice that of the blue team, which means if they can knock down enough of red team all at once, they can make a huge push. So it's so important we don't overextend. Popping crits has pushed them back really nicely too. Now I just saw a Spy head up those stairs behind us. I'm calling that out. Back onto our heavy. Hopefully the Pyro is going to keep that fire going for us. Another Spy I just noticed heading off to the right. So there's a lot of Spies around. The Pyro knows it. And the Pyro's coming in, the blue one, he's looking for us meds. Medic is the #1 priority for death by the other team. So it's up to your team to try and keep them alive. And in casual, that's a bit of a tough job. But as I said, I'll use my mic a lot. I'll talk to the team. I'll encourage them. And hopefully encourage them to look after us. If you played in casual with me before, I'm sure you've heard me say, guys, do what you can to keep us meds alive. We do our best healing when we're alive. Yeah, I know, it's pretty obvious. But by saying that, I think the team focuses a little bit more on it as we get started, and I'll just remind them as we go along. Here we go, overhealing. Overhealing the med, latching onto the scout. Scouts let you move faster when you're attached to them, you move at their speed, which is pretty cool. We've got our 3 meds again, lots of firepower, and I think I might have called for anyone to go NG if we possibly can. I always make it a light-hearted request because obviously we're playing casual. Always remember, in casual people can do and be whatever they like. So don't take it too seriously and make sure you have fun. Said that, I've now got crits. I made sure that I had full health. I don't want to go out there on my own though. I'm waiting for someone, anyone, to respawn so that I can head out. No one was around, so I've come out, and fortunately there is someone there. I wasn't fast enough to get my players. 2 down, now I'm facing a complete group of blue. I've got to back up, I've still got my crits. I'm going to pop early. Demo saw the Spy over on the right side. When I popped crits, it felt early for me, but my demo was already well out the door and needed all of that extra firepower. You can see the kill feed, we've done a lot of damage, and now we have to keep a close eye on time. You've probably all heard about the pub push where in the last few seconds the team ends up winning because they all jump on the cart. What's often happening there is the team is overextending, there's a big push. A lot of the red team, defensive, are knocked down all at once. Because the respawn time is twice that of blue, it's going to be really hard for us to defend if we lose too many players at this stage. I'm talking to the team again, encouraging them to play it safe and stay alive. If they get killed at this point, they'll have to spend most of their time respawning and just watching the action instead of defending. Man, we still haven't got an Engie, but we're doing pretty well. The extra medics are making a huge difference. I'm looking around trying to find firepower. There's just the one demo and they're on cart. I'm getting a little bit worried. And I'm down. Really, I needed a bit more of my team between me and the blue team. And that was my positioning, so I probably should have dropped back, but I decided to overheal the med. We've still got 2 meds up though, healing up the main damage makers, which are Pyro and Demo, keeping an eye on cart, making sure they're not pushing at this point. Notice I'm using my death cam to see what's going on while I'm waiting to respawn. That's really handy. That way when you do respawn, you've got a bit of an idea, a bit of a plan. Okay, 16 seconds to go. Anyone who dies now will not be around to try and stop the cart, so important we play defensively and stay alive. We're trying to overheal everyone. Here comes the big push. Might even be some crits in there. Not sure if it was regular crits or if it was random, but we held on for long enough and we've got the point. So this has been part 1, defensive medic in casual. I'm going to do a part 2. It'll be offensive, hopefully not too offensive, offensive medic in casual. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it. Okay. Oh, come up. Run for your life.
I'm running.
Oh no, I can't help, I've got to escape.
Are you okay?
Oh, so far, a lot of people ask me that. No, I'm okay.
You get that TV.
Yeah, I do. I tell them, no, really, it's just the way I am.